Windows Linux subsystem, accessing files outside of Ubuntu. Why, when I create a file from within Windows for example, can I not see it under the Linux subsystem in Windows 10, bash.exe? The screenshot should explain. Folder OMG was created from within Windows Explorer. Folder OMG bash was created from with Linux subsystem bash.exe. When a folder or file is created outside of bash.exe, I can never see it, regardless of permissions and ownership. To show the information, I have had to use Cygwin to show file permissions. I have also altered the permissions to see if the folder would appear. The two command windows at the bottom. Screenshot showing folder, bash.exe and Cygwin permissions. I am trying to move all my Cygwin scripts over to the Linux subsystem, but I don't fancy recreating every file, then having to copy and paste using bash, then reformatting, then using DOS2 Unix. Very long-winded. Found this on GitHub for the Linux subsystem. Copying directly into the Linux subsystem from Windows is not supported, according to discussion on other tickets. There's a directory under Apache somewhere, I forget where, that appears to contain the files for the WSL file system. But if you put new files there, or modify existing files there, your changes are not reflected correctly inside WSL. My best guess is that Linux needs to store different metadata, and more caching information, etc., since its disk buffering model is also different about its files than Windows does, and that this is currently implemented by storing the master copy of the structure of the Linux file system in a database of some sort, and just using the Windows file system as a convenient blob store for that database. If you really need to do this, a workaround would be to write a drag and drop that script or some such that does bash.exe/mb%1/home/$user/. You'll have to do some clever work with set and tr, probably, to translate %1 to a valid WSL path. Alternatively, could you put your files in a Windows directory and, within WSL, do cd lane s/mnt/c/path/to/my/files to make them appear to be in your WSL homeater?
I'm not sure if I'm misunderstanding your question, but your Ubuntu bash, top right window, should have access to your Windows-based disks under /mnt. For example, on my machine /mnt/c/users/scott/desktop is my Windows desktop, and I can read/write files there from vi4x. I don't believe the opposite is true just yet. That is, I don't think you can explore into your bash world from Windows Explorer. What I've been doing as a developer is to host projects on my D, and point the Linux-based tools to that /mnt/d/projects/some project/folder. Make sure you update your Windows builds periodically, as they seem to be fixing a lot of issues with each build, especially around symlinks and crossing FS boundaries between Linux/Windows.
At Scott732 answered beautifully. Just a tip for developers who would work in Windows and would like to access those files in Linux subsystem real quick. You can use symbolic links. For example, if you are working on a project in d:/project/web project, you can create a symlink at location/var/www/web project, and all the files you change in Windows will be readily available to be accessed in Linux bash. For this you will use lane command like this. In above line /mnt/d was meant to be your D drive on Windows. Set up your Apache virtual host to this path and you are ready to go.
We recommend that you do not copy/create/update Linux files using Windows apps. Instead, Store files in the Windows file system, for example, c:\dev/project, that you want to edit files using Windows tools in or build/test/run using Linux tools/runtime/platforms, for example via /mnt/c/dev/project. In your specific scenario, if you want to copy your Cygwin files into Bash, then open Bash and copy the files from your Cygwin folder on C into / like this, cp/mnt/c/users/dave/documents/cygwin/hgh.
A simple GUI way to open folder path of Windows inside your Linux shell, WSL, is, I have a Windows 10 Enterprise with Ubuntu WSL. Go to Windows folder, which you want to access from Ubuntu/Linux. Shift plus right click. If you have installed and configured WSL on Windows correctly, you should see the Open Linux Shell here option, as shown in image.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.